On phone, don't want to greentext. Explosive detection canine handler in US Air Force. We are always alone when we are on law enforcement patrols and cake deployments. B 2011. On cake deployment at Manas Air Base, Kyrgyzstan. Been with my current dog for 2 years and still working nights the whole time. Never see anything out of the ordinary while working stateside. So, Manas is fairly large, and most people don't see the entire base. Being K9, I have to go through a lot of perimeter checks. I'm in an SUV or truck, but the perimeter checks have to be done on foot, alone, with my dog, and an M9 with 30 rounds. I'm halfway through deployment. Been there about 4 months, pretty comfortable with everything. Start wearing my body armor and 3-day pack during the walking patrols to stay in shape and get training in with my K9. Usually carry 5-foot lead, but on my mall gear, I have a 30-foot retractable so that my dog can pick up explosive odors in front of me. So basically, we're just training for a real deployment while doing foot patrols. There is a secluded side of the base where I have to do an hour-long foot patrol or static LP op, listening post, observation post, once a night before 0400. To get to this area, it's about a 30-minute drive. Then I have to unlock a gate to a big construction area, empty, relock the gate, then drive another 15 minutes to another gate I have to unlock, and then relock once I'm inside. The area is huge, and overgrown with plants/trees, and has 0 light source, and just a dirt path that loops around the entire area, circling back to the gate. The path runs adjacent to the perimeter-wide fence, enough for one person to walk through. I have to park my vehicle at the gate, cause it won't fit, so I usually just do a mock explosives detection patrol around the whole thing, until I get back to my vehicle again. It takes about an hour, so it's perfect for what I'm supposed to do anyway. The night I get to the first gate, and the light is all out of fuel. Whatever. Unlock gate, go inside. I drive in. Relock gate, drive to next gate. Fucking other light is all out of fuel. Use headlights to illuminate the lock, so I can put the code in. K9 starts barking, but it is muffled since I left him in the car. He stops when I get back to the vehicle. Drive in. Relock. Let my dog off leash to drop a deuce while I put my gear and rucksack on. Dog doesn't run off to mark anything. Whatever. Heel. He returns to me. I clip him to the retractable and tell him, seek, command to go ahead of me and start sniffing for explosive odor. Dog walks 5 feet and stops. What the fuck, man? Go, asshole, and wave him forward. I want him at the full 40 feet of retractable leash in front of me. Stares at me. Comes back to heel position at my left side and starts to look around. Mouth closed. Ears perked up. Nose sniffing the air. I start thinking there is a stray dog or some shit, so I lock the retractable and just start walking. Calm myself into control. Control. Kilo 8. Initiate RAM 5. Radio chirps twice after I release the key. Battery dying. Let them know my battery is low, but I have the on-call bomb cell phone if they need me. 30 minutes into patrol, dog stops and stands in front of me. He is alerting again. Great. If it's another fucking dog, then they are going to fight, and my vehicle is 30 minutes away. Pull out my cell to call control and see if a regular patrol is near the area. Cell is dead. What the fuck, man? We charged this at the kennels all day. Whatever. No other choice but to just continue. Pull out Surefire and make noise clapping and shit to scare off the other dog. K9 doesn't react to me and keeps staring into the vegetation. I stop clapping. Something claps back. It was his ass. No, not really. The clapping comes from the middle of the vegetation, about 50 meters deep. There shouldn't be anyone else out here, except for me. Challenge the vegetation. I'm Sergeant Anon with base police. I'm accompanied by a military working dog, trained to attack. Come toward the sound of my voice. Say that just in case my dog bites him, so I can say I gave him warning, and stay out of trouble. Nothing moves. What the fuck, man? Unclip rock, and shuffle it off to the ground. Give dog, watch him command, preparatory command to be ready to bite this asshole. Step back about 10 feet, literally dragging the canine back. He won't take his eyes off the vegetation. Start using hand commands to silently move toward where I heard the noise. Walk into area, kneel down next to K9, and let him detect for a bit. Find him. Command to start tracking whoever is out there. K9 starts pulling forward. Hard to move because of the weeds and trees. After about 5 minutes, find small clearing with a single tree in the middle. There is dead shit strewn everywhere. Snake, rabbits, birds, and stray dogs. What the fuck, man? I'm still in a woods though, so I think whoever did it can't see me. Dog's head snaps back behind us. Shifts his body behind to block avenue of approach. What the fuck? Fuck this. Pull out ASP baton. Adrenaline rolling. Whisper. Watch him command to K9. He starts growling focused. Something whispers. Watch him back to us. But it comes from behind us. In the clearing. K9 does not react and focuses on the original threat. Fuck this. Holster ASP. Pull out M9. Still thinking rationally. Just think that I'm outnumbered and an ASP is not going to cut it if there is 2 or more people. Wait a few seconds. Hear something breaking branches as it moves. K9 focuses on the noise. Dog does a complete 360 as the noise shifts in a circle around us. Goes on the far side of the clearing, so I can't get a clear view from my position. Stops on the far side of the clearing after making 1 full circle and in the middle of making a 2nd full circle. Sergeant Anam with base police, identify yourself or I will release the dog. No response. Reach down to unclip retractable and give get him command. Attack. Stop. Someone is aggressively whispering, watch him, watch him, watch him, over and over, and clapping loudly at the same time, and then just stops. I'm noping the fuck out after that. Go back to hand commands and start to back up. I'm getting the fuck out of there. Stop. The branches start breaking again and start to circle around my dog team. Fast. It's moving too fast for how little space there is between the trees and vegetation. I can hear larger limbs breaking. The thick limbs that shouldn't be breaking are groaning, snapping, and crashing to the ground. Something starts walking into the clearing. Bipedal. Looks like a tall, skinny man. His movement is off. Jagged. Like it doesn't know how to move correctly with its joints. This happens as whatever else is fucking up the trees around me as it circles us. Then the noise stops. The guy stops moving. My eyes are trying to focus, but there are no features. It just looks flat with deep ridges that look like rotting tree bark. I'm hidden in the tree line, but its face is looking directly towards me. I'm starting to get nervous as fuck and scared. Fight or flight. Motherfucking flight. I start running. My retractable keeps getting caught on shit, but I do not care, and just keep running until whatever it is, caught on brakes. Hard to navigate. I'm running as fast as possible, but it's hard to move and see. Trees start to thin out some more moonlight. I can hear whatever was circling me, pacing about 20 meters in front of me. I make a 90-degree turn. It arcs to get in front of me. Keep trying to break contact by randomly turning, but it starts in front no matter what. Body armor getting heavier, getting winded. Slow down. Fuck it. Fight. Kneel. Watch him. Pull out Surefire in M9. Depress button. Battery's dead. What the fuck? Extra batteries are in my bag, by the perimeter fence. Great. Dog snaps right, alerting. I shit. I'm adjacent to the clearing again. I'm on the opposite side of my original position. Tall guy is gone. Can hear rustling noises from 2 different points. One circles clockwise, and the other counterclockwise. Check watch. Watch reads 0245. I started my patrol at fucking 2:30. There is no way it's right. K9 starts sniffing and starts pulling me. The dog is following an erratic path, but I don't give a fuck and let him fresh me through the weeds. Noises stop. Start going in different directions, then returning to the point I last heard them. Dog is still pulling, nose to the ground. I'm completely lost, letting him pull me wherever. I stumble out of a trend line, back onto the path. My rucksack is laying there on the dirty path. Unclip K9 and drop body armor and force jog back to vehicle. K9 paces me, but stops every so often to look into the vegetation. Halfway back, stop, Fucking radio screams to life, scaring the shit out of me. I'm under duress. Patrols are looking for me. Cell phone is ringing. I don't know what the fuck to say. Start walking back to vehicle again. Something clicks. Pull out Surefire. It works. Look at watch. It's still 2:45, but it's ticking. Get back to lock gate. Patrol is there, and his partner dismounted and is looking for me. Call him over the radio to come back. Tell them my radio died, and so did cell phone. You just used your radio. You've been off the net for 2 hours, man. Must have just been a dead zone or some shit. Yeah, must have. I never went through that second gate ever again. I just call it in from the construction area. I had one of the ATV patrols grab my shit I dumped when the sun came up. Still working nights. Been with K9 for years now. Wake up around 4:30 p.m. Shower, shave, head to work. Get there, check the roster, and I'm on Shriver tonight. Cool. Gonna be a slow, easy night. Groom dog. Put on 4chan's vest. Check vehicle. Make sure light, sirens, and fluids are all good, and then go to walk to the armory and pull my weapons. All of this is routine that I've done hundreds of times in my 7-year career. All this happens on Peterson, my home station. Screever is several miles to the east, in a pretty desolate area of Colorado. To get there, I have to take a highway out of Colorado Springs. It had a few junkyards and abandoned businesses, but it's mostly an empty stretch of road surrounded by dead grass fields. It also has a radio dead zone. I can pick up transmissions from all 3 bases, NORAD, Peterson, and Screever, but my radio calls never go through until I've turned down the road that ultimately leads to Screever. This also happens with cell phones, depending on your provider. Sprint would go to that 1X signal where you could not call out. It's dark, there are no lights, and people get in accidents constantly, hauling ass down the road. I'm halfway to Screever, going down a big slope, and see a vehicle ahead. Hazards on, doors open, hood up. Sitting on the shoulder, crooked, but adjacent to a small ditch. Flip on overhead lights, so no one crashes into us from behind. Throw on takedowns to illuminate the area, and attempt to call it in. The controllers keep talking to other patrols on the radio, and don't acknowledge, so I know they didn't hear me. I didn't even attempt to use my mobile, cause I think I'm just going to help this person get some road assistance, and at most, give them a ride up the hill to get cell phone coverage. Note, I do not have any jurisdiction over civilians off base. I am only here to help this person. Alright, so, I take my vehicle keys with me as I dismount. All the lights will stay on, so I'm not worried. I'm about 2 car lengths behind the vehicle. Initial observation, 2000's Audi A4, black in color, 4 doors, occupied one time, possible white female, blonde hair and short ponytail, out of state, Louisiana plates, registration invalid since 2006. I don't have jurisdiction, so everything is irrelevant. I'm just here to help. Step out. Put keyring around my handheld radio antenna, short about 2 inches, but I'm not expecting anything, so this is standard. Shout out. I am Sergeant Anon with Peterson Air Force Base, Police K9 Unit. I'm on my way to an installation a few miles up the road and just want to help. My lights are on, cause I don't want anyone to hit us. Say this, cause I don't want her to think civilian cops are here and make the situation feel intense. No response. Start to make initial approach. Push down on truck lid while observing rest of vehicle. Not cause I suspect anything, but because this is what I've been trained to do. Continue a few feet and get a clearer view of both sides of the car from rear windshield. Left hand side rear passenger window is down. Walk up slowly. Again, just training kicking in and not expecting anything. Front right side passenger window is down. Walk forward. Done Surefire through windshield. There are several impact points on the right hand side, webbing out across windshield. Run flashlight across interior of vehicle. The windows aren't rolled down. They've been shattered, and glass litters the seats in the small safety glass. Oh hell nah. Depress kennel door hydraulic arm. This arm deactivated the door on my vehicle kennel door and shoves it open, alerting the dog. Heel. K9 runs to my left side. K9 alerts left, across the highway. Occupied one time, rings through my head. What the fuck? Where is she? Clicks. Can't command K9 to track or attack, cause I have no jurisdiction. Light up area across the road with surefire. Angled, so causes shadows on the point I'm trying to identify. Can't justify leaving a wounded civilian, so walk across road to illuminate area covered by darkness. Begin approach on unlit area. Careful. Have K9 and watch him command. Ready anyway. Make way to other side. K9 is pulling and whining. I don't have justified reason to pull deadly force. Keep shouting. Sergeant Anam with base police. I saw your car. I'm just here to help. Nothing. Head to other side. Sweep ditch. K9 alerts and starts pulling upwards onto this hotel. Think. How do I justify this and follow the scent? I can't. No jurisdiction, and I should have stopped in accordance with my SSI's, Special Security Instructions. Hear rustling ahead of me, about 10 meters up the slope. Fuck it, I'm going. Run up. Nothing. Illuminate area with surefire in a 180. Nothing but dead grass. What the fuck? Cautiously walk back up Explorer, K9 patrol vehicle. Confused. Where did she go? Why didn't I see her? No contact made with anyone via radio. Put dog back in vehicle and continue to Screever. Jerry to Screever Gate. Use landline. There is a black Audi in need of assistance on Highway 24. I couldn't get radio contact. Get El Paso County Sheriff down there. Control says I'll get in contact with the El Paso Sheriff. Continue my night. 4 hours later, I'm on a simple patrol through base housing. See black Audi A4. Fuck it. I'll stop my walking patrol here and continue on through the block until I circle around. 2:30 a.m. Think nothing of it, and am able to throw my dog's reward down the streets, cause no one is around this late. Throw another down a dead end I'm passing by. Dog will retrieve reward and return to me. Chuck reward down dead end. Light cigarette and debate my failed marriage. Dog does not return. What the fuck? Shine light down street. Dog is alerted on a vehicle down at left hand side and won't move. Heel. Dog does not budge. Lets out a deep whine. He found something. Start to walk down the cul-de-sac. K9 is sitting adjacent to a black vehicle driver's side door, looking directly at the house that owns the driveway. Start to jog up. Coming closer. Audi A4, black in color. 4-door. 360 vehicle. Both passenger windows blown out, and windshield is damaged. Recall K9 and set up 2 houses down in vegetation. Standard procedure for a domestic dispute. Read license plate. Same plate from Highway 24. Key whisper mic. Radio you see on cops' lapels and call in position. Garbled voice comes through. Reposition. Call it in. Nothing. No response. No static. Nothing. See headlights. See reflective police markings. It's another patrol. Use surefire to wave them down. Have them position opposite of me. Have his alpha, partner, run around back to block off avenue of escape. Think this is a domestic violence situation. Approach house. Set up in neighbor's yard with clear line of sight of suspect front door. Brother patrol leader walks up. Knocks on door. Lights flicker off. What the fuck? Try to adjust eyes. K9 is growling, trying to get toward door. Lights flicker on. Patrol making contact is gone. Run up. Don't identify and kick door in. Takes 4 tries, then crashes open. Adrenaline up. Release dog with Finum command. Pull M9 and start systematically clearing house. Yelling for other patrol by first name. Nothing. Trying lights as I clear. Nothing, all dead. Key radio for backup. It's dead. Run into kitchen, living room, and laundry room. Nothing at all. Hear Brandon screaming in garage. K9 is scratching and attacking door. This is it. M9 pointed forward. K9 ready on attack command. Open door and rush garage. Finger on trigger. Hit dead silence. K9 stops. Throws nose up but returns to heel position, confused. I'm confused. There is nothing here. Move toward kitchen. Sliding glass door is there, with a clear view to the backyard. Use Surefire, and make contact with Brandon's alpha. He signals back. From position, I have eyes on garage door and front door. Send dog to clear rest of first floor. Returns back to heel position. Alerts on stairwell. Set K9 up in stairwell, and go get the alpha unit to set up out back. He only has a 249 for security, not for house clearing. Feel safer. Airman, I'm gonna walk in front of you. You identify hostile, light it up. Try his radio, nothing. Creep for a stairwell, scared, nervous, but I need to find Brandon. Reach top of stairs. Little girl comes out. What the fuck? She asks who I am. We are security forces, come here now. Take kid and pass her off to other riflemen helping me clear. There is no one there. I'm back in Iraq. It's 5 years earlier, and I'm back in that stairwell. The one I don't think about. The one I try to erase from memory. She's there. We're all there. Her dad is at the front door. Dead. I'm second in line in the patrol, just trying to do my job. I'm Air Force bomb detection, not Army infantry. I'm here to help people. She looks me in the eye. Hurt, hate, betrayal. She knows me. Her dad was our interpreter. She wants me dead. I wake up. I'm home. I'm safe. My daughter is asleep in the next room. I'll never sleep a full night again. Thanks, man. I submit because it's anonymous, but don't want to lose this stuff. Other anon that asked about whether I dream the patrol or not. Yes and no. I have this dream constantly. I'm on Minipress, Respirodol, Seroquel, Atarax, Wellbutrin, and a fifth of booze. The original is true, to the point of being back in Iraq. We went in the house, and I found the girl, and the mother's boyfriend. Her husband was deployed, had overpowered Brandon, and took his weapon. My K9 tracked, and took him down, and we detained him with no incident, while the mother screamed bloody murder. Ended up, the boyfriend was molesting the little girl, and she was wary of males. I dream about it all, and I think it'd just be the memories melting together. Not really X, but it gets off my chest. At K9OP, I'm no longer in the military. I, however, have spent the last couple of years as a contractor on Peterson Air Force Base. I take care of the aquatic center, and I'm there in the morning, and more often than not, afternoons and evenings. I've had quite a few instances where I've been working on the pool equipment around back and see someone approaching me in my peripheral, hear them walking up, etc. A couple of times convincing enough for me to say good morning and turn around to acknowledge the presence. More often than not, no one is there. Another morning I was in the baby pool area, which is surrounded by large windows, and watched a man running across the sidewalk in a window reflection across from me. Something was just off about his appearance, so I turned around to actually look at him, and not the reflection. Boom, gone. Some old airmen just don't seem to want to leave the place. I keep forgetting to use a name to tag my posts. Anyway, the Aircraft Museum, the fields adjacent to the BX, and the new CDC across from the BX are fucked. If you can go to Scriver, make your first right toward the RV lot, and take the dirt road to the perimeter. Before the shoot house, you can turn off into the giant field, and there are fucking buildings that are rotting out, and old farmhouses that look burnt down. Zero light source. Spooky as fuck. I used to throw my dog's reward around there. It smells like rotting meat at times. My ex looked it up, and that smell is associated with bad shit. I think Scriver used to be called Falcon AFB. Can't remember that. It's a literal wasteland, besides base housing, and the restricted area. Unfortunately, my badge doesn't allow me there, otherwise I would investigate. Yeah, I got responsibility for the contract, late 2012. Our contract's up on Monday. Won't find out till Monday or Tuesday if they will re-sign our deal. I hope they do. Hated the place at first, but after working it for 3 years, I'm friends with all the lifeguards. I won't miss it in the pay. Don't know if you are still stationed there. If we get re-signed, I'll be the blonde bearded guy with tattoos on his forearms, working the pool. Would be cool to meet an X-File, especially one with stories as spooky as yours. I got out last year in August, medically retired. If you want to grab some drinks, we can meet up. I don't do shit anymore, and I'm free throughout the week. I worked as an armed guard in some really ghetto apartment complex. Police out just about every night. Would walk with a canine supervisor, cause the gang members would stash dope in some odd places. Besides trying to stop the constant foot traffic to certain apartments for drugs, every once in a while, I would stumble upon a dead puppy or kitten, sometimes full-grown dogs and cats. The messed up thing was that these animals had been killed by someone in a pretty sadistic manner. One night in particular really got to me. I love dogs. Cats are cool, but not my preference. While I'm walking the resident parking area, I see 3 kittens lined up as if they had been run over. Really fucked up, because it definitely seemed intentional. I keep walking towards the dumpster, and there is a big gallon bucket that stunk to holy hell. And if you smelled death before, it's something you recognize immediately. Well, in the bucket was smashed cats that had been pulverized with a rock or some kind of blunt object. After seeing that and reporting it to anyone at the time who needed to know, I was mad as a motherfucker and just kept hoping one of these nights I'd catch the assholes in the act. I never did, but a friend of mine who worked the gang task force let me know the dickheads who were responsible had been caught. They were filming the torture of animals and selling the crap to other sick fuckers. Sorry, not paranormal, but thought worth sharing. Now earthquake story. Be my maternal uncle. A Abruzzo earthquake happens. Chief of K9 unit of Milan local police and member of civil defense. Get sent there for disaster relief. Head of a squad of guys with dogs searching for trapped people. Gas leaks and shit like that. Going around in L'Aquila, which now is a ghost town. Dogs get crazy around the house. We go in. Dogs do not want to go in. We 3 enter. 4th guy stays outside with the dogs. Sweep 1st floor with lights. Nothing. 2nd floor. A figure wearing a tattered bedsheet or tablecloth burst out of a door. We try to ready guns, but guy runs out of window. Guy we left behind screams, "What the shit is happening?" Figure in tatters begins running on 4 legs after falling from window and hightails away screaming. We go to camp since it's getting dark and we don't want to stumble on another crazy hobo. Get back to camp, eat dinner, call family and tell story. It was the hobos.jpg. Former Marine. Field exercise at 29 Palms, California. 130 degrees in the sun. Tons of night moves and unplanned moves to simulate unpredictable combat. Made a night move to now position. Set up guard duty for night. Everyone thinks we will be here until morning, so grab some sleep. 2 hours later, get another move order. Very tired, very chaotic. Double and triple checking making sure no people or gear is left behind. Several moves and days later, Marine admits he lost his buddy. Not sure where it happened. Began tracking previous positions and doing sweep searches. Get back to the original position, discussed above. It has been 4 days since we were here. Start the sweep. Get a radio call that a pair of boots were found. Shift search to around the area. See boots. They have been cleaned and were arranged neatly with the socks carefully folded up next to them, like you would do for an inspection. Later, we found a pair of camo pants, again, neatly folded and ready for inspection. Next was a camo top and t-shirt folded neatly and carefully placed on the ground. Lastly, several miles away from the boots, we found a neatly folded pair of boxers. The body was about 100 yards away from the boxers. Died from exposure and dehydration. Feet were cut from the rocks and bushes. Bloody trail was very easy to spot. Must have slept through the move and woke up when we were gone. Looks like he stayed put for a day and then tried to walk out. Just very odd how the heat exposure caused him to take off his boots and socks first, the most important part of his gear, and fold everything neatly and carefully. There was a well-used trail that was visible from his path of travel, but he made no effort towards the trail. We actually did not initially search the area due to its proximity to his trail. It was one of the main ways resupply trucks would take back to base camp, at least every other day or so. Weirdest shit I saw for a while. That was a major fuck up. It was a HQ unit and had many small units that worked from the area. The Marine who died was in communications. They would be in and out of the camp as they maintained the comms for the artillery and fire direction control. They were under the buddy system, so no man was ever supposed to go anywhere alone. The buddy at first assumed they just got separated, but by noon of the next day, he got scared and didn't say anything. He finally realized that his friend was in real danger and came forward. He wasn't sure exactly when he got lost, so we had to hit each area, but also sent vehicles to sweep each area until they were fully searched. He got a demotion. The NCOIC, non-commissioned officer in charge of the comm unit, who was a sergeant, went through a hearing and was demoted back to private for not doing a roll call, both before and after the move, per SOP. Jail time was discussed, but ruled out. Sleep deprivation is a crazy thing. This is why you have to have rigid processes to minimize accidents and loss of equipment. Another unit at 29 Palms at the same time lost a Marine who was sleeping under a 5-ton truck when the truck moved and ran over him. Our chaplain had a heat stroke and died during our Sunday service. He was in his 60s, and the heat was just too much. That same exercise, an infantry unit got lost and ended up right where our artillery and air support system were laying waste. They managed to get a ceasefire in on the radio and get out of there without a scratch. Not sure what happened to their NCOs or officers, but my bet was not good. They were a good 5 miles away from where they were supposed to be. 29 Palms always seems to kill a few off every year, but there are always a few DUI deaths on every base. But at least in training, there are no IEDs or anything shooting at you. Not a job you get into if you are looking for something safe.